Already, I thought we were on it.
Hey. At least we got Mike Shrum on here. Somebody new now, because last week it was just me. We got Joe, and that was it. And I was like, "Where's everybody else?"
Yeah, Wednesdays are hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes I got softball season and volleyball season kicking off. So
yeah, it's just like me too.
We are live on the YouTubes, ladies and gentlemen. Live on the YouTubes. We're at
YouTube.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! We're here at the Zoom Room Hangout number 12. It's number 12, everybody. That's it's cool. We've done this with a core group of us. Some of us been early. Some of us, like the first time we started like an hour early, like 15 minutes in, we were like, "Hey man, what's going on?" We were done talking.
Yep.
Well, I know for sure Kirk had something he was going to tell us a story about tonight. I think one of his coworkers has passed away, and we're gonna share prayer after that.
Yeah, thanks, Will. It was actually we had two people that we had a guy that operates a piece of equipment on a paving crew that died of a heart attack here. It's been a couple of weeks. His name was Mingo's how I remember him. They just had his funeral Tuesday, and he was getting up there in age, and I think some of the stress and whatnot. And then one of the other ones just recently was a guy named Danny Wilford. He was only 33 years old. He had 4 boys, and he's one of our haul drivers hauling asphalt. And what happened was somebody decided to just pull out in front of him, and you got to make that split second decision. I was a commercial driver at one time, so he swerved and he shouldn't have swerved. When he swerved to miss that truck, he lost control. The truck slid on its side, hit a pole, and then it burst into flames. Then another truck tried to get out of the way and flipped over, so he died. I don't know, probably when the flames hit or whatever. But you know what? He should have just hit the truck, because the truck was a 1-ton truck. But yeah, it's just sad that he was one of the few drivers I used to talk to, joke with, and I'm going to miss his smile, his braces, his 10 grins back at me. Really nice guy, big, heavy set guy. He was really, really nice person. And it's really sad that it happened. And then the transportation coordinator started a GoFundMe page on Saturday, and the owner of the company, he gave up a nice chunk of change right from jump. And right now it's up to $73,000. So, I mean, and that's just from employees and some companies that do work with us too, that also contributed. So that's, you can't replace the life, but it's just nice, something to offset the expenses. His funeral is going to be on Friday. When I heard the name at first, I didn't know. Then when I saw the picture, I got all choked up with emotion about it, because it's just like losing a soldier. It's just part of the Lone Star Paving family. It's just it's sad. But I got with one of the other guys, and we took a picture, and his picture. And I said, well, he's sitting on some stairs. Let's put some wings on him like an angel. So one of the guys did up a nice little picture. I'll have to show it to you, and it looks pretty nice. I was thinking about getting it made into a sticker, and I'll put it on my hard hat as a way to just remember him.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
cool. What's his name?
Danny G. Wilford.
All right, Danny, love you, man. He was trying to help out his brother, and miss him and not run over him with the truck, right?
I mean, like you said, as a commercial driver, you got to leave yourself an out. If you can't, you have to. That guy, both those guys survived. He didn't. I just go show you that just because you got a seatbelt on one of those big trucks, it doesn't always, the outcome's just not as good as somebody in a smaller vehicle. But the bottom line is people need to just watch out for you. I mean, I drove for 3 years, and I had a lot of close calls myself and smoked the tires, but thank goodness I never had to deal with anything like that.
Amen.
But it's just tough being a commercial driver and having a CDL doing that job. It's people got to be a little bit more appreciative of us and leave that safety zone or gap in front of you, so you got enough braking distance and things like that. And just people don't understand those trucks do not stop on a dime.
Nope, they do not. We had a cement truck cave in the backside of a Toyota Corolla because she decided she wanted to take a left-hand turn, and he couldn't stop. I mean, he put her trunk into the front seat, and then he rolled his cement truck, and the drum came off, and it was a mess. I mean, thankfully they both survived, but it's just my grandfather, a long haul trucker for decades, and that's not my, I tip my hat to him.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
except when they're doing 60 miles an hour past me on a wreck on the highway, I want to throw some nails in their tires, but
yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, it's like sometimes, we have little incidents and people are, in a hurry and they back right. The trucks are backing up to a milling machine because a milling machine mills up the asphalt and takes it down so we can put down what's called a mill and overlay. So they might take a couple inches out. And I had one day, not too long ago over in San Marcos, guy, you just going into the bank, the truck is just backing up. He hit the brakes. He's all, of course, we call this driver Smoke. He's all pissed off. I'm the quality control guy on the ground. I'm like, hey, don't worry about Smoke. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to talk to that guy at the bank for you because I don't want you going over there. So, and the thing I got to remember, my patience level. I always got to remember, whatever you do, don't curse. It's always got to be sir, ma'am, no matter how mad you are. Those words got to come out because you don't want the wrong word to come out. Your employee cussed at me, and you just, hey, sir, and you just got to be professional.
Sounds like fun.
It is. I mean, paving a road is a thankless job, just like a cop. I mean, I can't believe the rudeness people will be to the auxiliary cops out there helping us too. And I'm like, really? You're going to talk to the cop like that? And one cop was like, man, well, F you that. I was like, wow, he finally had enough. Just let him have it. Wow. People just a little more, man. God forbid that I made you go an extra 5 minutes to go from point A to point B and made you go around a corner because I won't let you drive across because we're paving it. I mean, God forbid it happens. That's what there's signs out there for. I mean, I don't know what to tell people anymore. I'm making good money at it, but every job's dangerous. So that's the way I look.
Well, I had an incident just the other day with that the road, the way they were lining the road up, they were paving it. There's only two ways into my place. I live on the lake, right?
Right.
So I'm going down the main way I go. And I'm on the wrong side because they have cones on.
Sure.
Both lanes split, plus the turning lanes are split. So you got like tons of cones. And I came off a side road to get on the main to get on my road. Mm-hmm. And I went down the wrong road. I thought I was supposed to be on the other side. Mm-hmm. One lane traffic. Mm-hmm. And this guy started, what are you doing? I was like, you just watched me roll off and just go right out into the main like that. Yes. And I said, why, if your job is to make sure that everybody's safe, you have to put signs out. You have to do something. And I had some choice words for him. I was pretty upset. And the next day, there were signs everywhere, both sides of the road, and there was people standing at every entrance that was coming into that main road. And I was like, thank gosh, that's what it should have happened to begin with.
Yeah, that's what those traffic control people are supposed to do. You'll be surprised what we pay the cops an hour to be out there, and what we're paying them a lot more money than I'm making. One night, the guy was kind of big, and he was just slow. And we had a drunk driver almost right into my guys out there near the last rollers. I jumped down from get out of here and moved him over. My buddy's like, Kirk, man, you can't be doing that. That's like, dude, that cop was being too slow, man. Those guys would have run right into the back of my guys on the roller. The big roller, that guy wouldn't have felt it, but the little one, he'd have knocked it. He'd hurt him. So I'm like, hey, I'm just looking out for my guys. I don't want them to get injured. Hey, just like soldiering. So I tell my the guys that I work with, I said, hey, just because I got a beard, I'm still a soldier at heart, man.
Yeah. That's the right way to think.
I just can't put my protective mask on as fast as you guys.
Yeah, well.
But I'll take yours if I need it.
The problem with a paving crew, it's a bunch of Hispanics, and a lot of them act like children. They play grab ass out there, and they horseplay, and it's like, and I just sit back and shake my head, man. I was like, you guys in your 30s, man, and you're acting like kids.
Dude, privates are privates, man. If you got nothing to lose, you got nothing to lose. It's like play grab ass all day because it don't matter.
Yeah, you got to remember they were rewired in basic training. Just because he went to AIT don't mean it fixed them. They're still learning. They're like got reset. You remember them times.
Oh,
you gotta give them privates a little break, man.
I still laugh about when I went through 14 Tango transition as an E7, and I'm in with a bunch of privates, and it's like you can't do any corrective action to them. So it's like, okay, so just mean that staff sergeant, we're just modified tattletales. Hey, instructor, hey, so and so's over there throwing rocks. Okay, thanks for letting me know. They didn't want to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting now.
Get myself into, but I just, it's nice to know that it was just, it's quite a lot of guys that were shore ed that went over to Patriot. Some people adapted. You talked about all the good times you had. Well, some of us just, we couldn't adapt to it, and we had to exit stage left. I mean, it was just the way it is. But I got my own.
One of the neat things that happened to me that made me successful was that I went to Patriot Land as a first sergeant.
Right.
I was in charge of the show. But as the first sergeant, you ain't responsible for nothing. There's nothing I have to do. I just have to be there. That's it. I don't have to place anything. I don't have to put a camouflage net in. I don't have to dig a hole. No. I don't have to establish communication to make a table 12 work. There's zero thing that I had to do for a table 12. And so once I realized that, I was like, well, crap. I can just be the head cheerleader. That's all I got to do.
Yeah, you're the morale booster. That's what the first sergeant's supposed to be. You're supposed to be the one to boost the morale of that battery. That's why you're called top. You're the top enlisted man. Everybody looks to you for advice. They look for you to lead everybody, the platoon sergeants, the commander, because, hey, that commander's going to have a little bit of time in the military, and he needs, you got that advice. Hey, sir, this is what we need to do. And okay, but that's why you're like a marriage, you and the commander.
So very almost unlike any other Army unit, except for an infantry unit, an air defense Patriot unit fights as an entire team, as an entire battery. And so at any one time, I could put my arms around my entire battery. Of course, unless somebody was out doing a supply run or going to get ComSec or, doing all those other things that you have to do. But for the most part, I could put my arms around my unit and, and beat them up a little bit or, yell at them if I needed to or, do whatever I needed to do to help everybody get the mission done. And the other cool thing about me being SHORAD first was that I understood what it was like to stand on a mountaintop all alone with just you and another man or a woman for that matter, and take on the world. I've got a Stinger missile and I'm gonna shoot your ass down if you fly by, and there's an attitude to that's amazing. It's crazy. And then to take that and to go, now I have a whole team of us, all of us here, and we have big trucks and lots of guns. And dude, we got Mark 19 grenade launchers. Don't mess with me, buddy. I'll shoot at you, And I had a team of the smartest warriors you could imagine, right? I had folks that could solve minor problems. Right? I had people that could, if they understood the mission, could get it done, right? Really. And people that cared at every level. And so that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about being a Patriot First Sergeant was that I was equipped. Dude, I had my own mess hall. I had a friggin' sergeant that brought me coffee in the morning. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Sergeant Maple brought me coffee with vanilla foo-foo stuff in it almost every day. If we were in the field, he woke me up with coffee, and it was our thing, dude. And I would give him a big hug, and we would take a walk, and it was just our time together, and we loved it. And you know, and I honor him, and I honor, you know, I can't wait to do an interview with him, right?
Sure.
But we had a team that everybody had a personality, everybody had a purpose, everybody had a time to shine and a time to shut up, you know. Even Bibb had a time to shut up, you know. And and it was just so good. We were given an opportunity to do well, and we did. And so, am I still living in those glory years? Yeah, in a way, because you obviously know what can be done. You obviously know what can be accomplished.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things and concepts that I think is important as a leader was to realize that everybody that was on my team, I should never, ever, ever think that I was their enemy. I should never try to get them in trouble. I should never be the one that was trying to go, gotcha, you know, I knew you were doing bad. I watched some of my buddies try to schedule things and do your analysis and do other kind of things that try to play get you with people. And I was like, dude.
I know first aren't like that.
I was like, dude, I don't know. Don't start bringing problems around here. We're table 8 already, going to table 12. I'm not causing no uproar, you know. I'm not causing no uproar. And so I made a plan a long time ago. One of my bosses a long time ago in SHORAD told me, if you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. And at every level, I realized that if I looked around and if it was elevated to me, if I didn't start nothing, there wouldn't be nothing. But sure enough, man, I could go run into the first sergeant with all kinds of problems. Oh my gosh, so-and-so missed formation. Oh my gosh, so-and-so falsified this, falsified that. But if when somebody brought it to me, I said, oh yeah, okay, yeah, ain't no problems. Don't worry about it. You know, we'll take care of it. And then I handled it without ever taking it higher unless I had to, was forced to.
Right.
Dude, I never went to my bosses and said, I want a UCMJ action against somebody. Yeah, it was always them saying, we found something, you know, so-and-so got a DUI or so-and-so did this or so-and-so did that, right? Or there was some rule that was irrefutable. All my guys always chose extra training. My guys were famous for choosing extra training. They'd much rather have the extra training than, you know, get the punishment that they were going to get, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. In Korea, one of the first sergeants I had was it Leo Manning, and that was he called it chain gang, and his extra dudes they called his chain gang. But that was his way of, you know. But he was that guy. That was the first time I was in Korea, and that first sergeant, he was a good morale booster for the battery. He always echo, happy, echo, and you know the baseball team would be doing bad. He's like, hey guys, bring it in. Hey, come on now. If you guys do good, I'm going to go do that song, Doing the Butt. He just whatever it took to boost the morale. And he'd be out there dance doing the butt. Just one of the silliest first sergeants I've ever met. But the morale in the battery was just it was outstanding. Now, outstanding because you know you're in Korea. Some people go to Korea and they just have an attitude and they just don't want to be there. And then they just, you know, me when I went over there, I tried to find a project and I tried to leave it better than the way I found it. That was my thing when I went to Korea.
Amen to that.
Yeah, but my Patriot times, I probably could have done some things better. So I can't blame it all. Some of it was me. I could have done some things better. And I think that the first sergeant, I think he was grooming me to take his seat. And I could have took that battery to Korea, and I probably could have got picked up for E8. But, him and I just, we didn't get along. And I had some issues on my end. I guess I was going through my midlife crisis, just some things. And I tried to rehabilitate myself by working in the 3 shop. And I did that work. I did some things over there in the 3 shop. And, they were appreciative of some of the things I did over there to just try to make it, a little bit better. Try to, they say, what's it take 3 attaboys to correct the naughty shit? So
that's what good. I'm glad you got some attaboys.
Yeah. Because I was running the funeral details, and that was kind of a funny story, because it's like I don't know if I told that story, but I'm chewing out a lieutenant. I don't do. Lieutenant, you better get your ass down here. Because you pay attention. You got, when you're on funeral detail, you got a couple of vans, and then you got 2 or 3 cars for the funerals. And so I'm looking over there, and I'm like, there should be a car missing right now, because Lieutenant and so-and-so and Sergeant so-and-so should be at a funeral here shortly. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm getting on the phone. Then, of course, the major comes out of his office. The sergeant major comes out of his office, and it's like, and I was like, and I told the major, that damn lieutenant, blah, blah, blah. I'm handling it, sir. I'm on my way right now. He says, you tell that lieutenant to come see me when he's done. And then the sergeant major was out the door behind me. And then he come down there, and kind of chalked it up lieutenant afterwards. And he was like, what kind of tracking system you got? And I said, hey, they signed for the funeral, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is with funerals, get screwed up. It goes all the way up the flagpole. But luckily I caught it. That lieutenant came back there, Major Solis, and now Colonel Solis retired. He chewed his ass up and down one side, and then come and say, hey, Sergeant Kirk, no, good call, good catch. Like, hey, just like I said, hey, I know how this is. You get screwed up. Not only do I feel the heat, but you feel the heat, and it goes, like I said, lieutenant commander. Then you don't need that. Don't need that at all. Just like with this job, it's all about accountability and asphalt paving. You got to pave it a certain way. There's testing and everything, and then something goes wrong, we all hear it. So lately, it seems like I've been being a tattletale, but now I don't look at it as tattling anymore. I look at more of just trying to keep the heat off my boss, because my boss takes care of me, and I told him this is my way to take care of you. It's like, hey, did you know so and so damaged his truck, and he did. He's supposed to, he does. That. No, just letting you know. So maybe snitching, but I just think it's the right thing to do. These guys, they should know. I'm sorry, though, because other people are civilians. They should understand. They've never been a soldier. If you have a company truck, you're responsible for that vehicle. If something happens to that vehicle, you need to report it. That's just common sense. At least that's what I thought. But I don't know, today's youth, today's generation, what it is. I just don't know anymore.
Yeah, Will was telling me he was going to get me a company vehicle too. I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah. We got a Maserati, man. Let's get one of them. I wanted one of them self-driving Teslas. That's what I want.
Those things crash into the wall too.
Tesla's a huge fire hazard.
Oh yeah. The factory's about the factory there in Austin. It's getting there. They pretty much got it all closed in now. Still need to hang a little more glass. We're still over there paving a little bit. They still got a ways to go.
Musk.
Oh yeah, gonna get me an electric self-driving car before long.
I drove when I was hauling.
Riding in the back seat only.
Not a Tesla. I drove a BMW electric car, and I drove a couple of Ford electric cars, but I've never drove a Tesla.
Oh, now you got Chevy coming out with an all-electric truck.
Oh yeah, that's so. During the Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl. I wanted the Bengals to win, man. They came just that close.
Yep. Did DeLoreans making a comeback? The DeLoreans actually.
Oh yeah, that's a cool car.
I saw something about that.
Those are cool. My first unit, the S2, he had one of those. So, stainless steel.
Yeah, that's iconic car, an iconic movie, and iconic to a company.
Oh yeah. that lieutenant must have been from a rich family because he had a DeLorean and he had a Corvette. And I was like, man, I don't know very many first lieutenants that got something like that.
Yeah, so that's that's interesting how people display their money, right? People,
He had a family.
some people be broke, totally broke, driving around $100,000 cars.
Yeah, vehicle prices now. I can't believe the truck I got right now. I paid almost $50,000 for it. It's crazy.
I'm driving the latest, man. I got me a Chevy Silverado, man.
I got a 2020, but I got the 2020 model, the LTZ with all the goodies on it. So
yeah, I got the 2019 Trail Boss myself.
Yeah,
I got me a 1996 that I got in 2003.
I think you and Burley are sitting on it with your guns and everything, and your little walkie-talkies. You're out hunting.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you're right. Yeah, Burnley and I are sitting there in the back. We got his dog Haley and a bunch of doves around us. We went, dude. So Burnley and I, let me tell you this story so Command Sergeant Major Burnley, we're talking about. He's the current Fort Sill Command Sergeant Major. He and I were Sergeant First Classes together at the Officer Basic Course, and we went hunting together. We go dove hunting. And one summer, in preparation for dove hunting, he went out and bought every week he would come home with another box of high brass shotgun shells from the Walmart. High brass, and because every shot the last year we had taken was a long shot. Maybe you might get 10, maybe 20 shots all day. Only late in the afternoon we would see doves. But this year we had found out that we could get down on the Rio Grande. We could get down on the river and go hunting. And we had found out how to do it. And we'd figured it out. And so we go down there. And there's so many birds everywhere. And we're shooting at them that by the time we finished limiting out on our first limit, his shoulder was hamburger meat because he was shooting those high brass. And so we traded out. I gave him a bunch of my low brass shells and stuff, and we figured it all out. But yeah, that was dude. I'm telling you, man, hunting doves down on the Rio Grande back in the day. Me and Steve Burnley, man, we had Haley, his dog, and we had Robin, my daughter, and sometimes his daughter would come with us. But we had a great time, man. We bring the lieutenants down there sometimes, and James Toon went down there with me. He was my medic in HHB 552. Y'all know James Toon? He didn't go to Korea with us. He shot me, that son of a brick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he shot me, and he actually had to extract the pellet from my skin.
He pulled a Dick Cheney on you.
Yeah, he Dick Cheney'd me, man. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Yeah, sure enough.
Oh,
sure enough. Yeah, James Toon. James Toon, wherever you're at, dude, I love you, man. Yeah, he was my medic. He was my medic there in HHB 55 Deuce.
That's funny. That's some stuff there. Never been a hunter myself. I guess I just never got into it. I mean, I belong to Ducks Unlimited because the company pays for the fundraisers, and I got a Ducks Unlimited neon light in my kitchen that lights up the living room. And then I got a nice Ducks Unlimited gun. It's a Derringer. That's a pretty cool little gun that I got. And I think I got the logos. Yeah, I get the magazines and all that stuff, but I should. I that's the one thing I like to do, skeet shoot though.
Yeah. I hadn't done that in a while.
Yeah, I enjoy trap shooting, skeet shooting. I got a M16 or 223, and I haven't fired it since I moved to Texas 5 years ago. Got plenty of ammo for it, but I enjoy shooting my shotguns more when I do that now.
Yeah, I've got a rifle sitting in my safe right now. I hadn't even know. I opened a bolt on it. Still has stickers on it. Yeah. I've got a sniper scope, a Vortex sniper scope.
Ah, there you go.
We'll slap on the. I just didn't get around to it.
I think the coolest gun I got's when I bought it on Inauguration Day. I got a It's a Trump 45.
Trump 45.
Yeah, it's Trump 45. They had a Tommy gun too, but
Oh man,
they want a little more for that. But I got the Trump 45, so pretty cool. Yeah, there's a nice little gun store over there in Lampasas that gives veterans 10% off. So that's where I do my gun shopping.
Good.
They give me good deals. If I need ammo, they always have it too. But,
yeah, that was a scare for a while.
Oh yeah,
Ammo shortage. It wasn't even an ammo shortage. They just didn't have the primers.
Yeah. Got it now though. You see the stores now. They got everything you need now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got so much ammo in my safe that I probably need to go buy another safe.
You need some more toilet paper, man. That's what you need. You need some more toilet paper.
I still laugh when everybody was going ape shit on that. That was just crazy.
My wife likes a clean butt. I said that, yeah.
It's crazy. I went out to the store just to watch people go crazy buying stuff last year.
Oh my God.
Grabbing up all the toilet paper, grabbing up all the water. It's like, good Lord.
Yeah, I was so bad. People were giving me toilet paper. Like they were moving out of their house, and I was like, "Here, you want this?"
Oh, it's crazy. Wow.
Joe, you're looking good, man. You're looking good tonight. You waking up a little bit?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up. I've been up, brother. I've been up the whole time. I've been listening to everything you guys are saying.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
There you go. I'm looking forward to NASCAR this weekend, Daytona 500. So
the stuff that happened in the Coliseum, that was preseason?
Yeah, they do that every year. It's called the Busch. It used to be called the Budweiser Shootout, Busch Clash, and they did that just to try to. NASCAR is trying to get more fans because it's kind of going down. It was pretty cool what they did. They took the football field. They put some tarping down and plywood, gravel. Then they paved on top of that. It cost $1.5 million and put all that in. Then they ripped it out afterwards. They got 90 days to decide whether or not they want to do it again here for the next 2 years. But they're just trying to get more audience, more people, and I mean they're even talking about maybe. I think that one of the things they're talking about maybe putting it in Lambeau Field. That'd be kind of cool. Do it in a football stadium. That'd be kind of neat.
Wow.
But like they put dirt on Bristol again, and that did that. They're going to do that again this year. But Bristol, that's probably the coolest track that I've been in NASCAR. That's the one that's worth going to because it's like watching a football game.
Yeah, that's the only NASCAR track that I want to go to that I have not been to.
Well, it's well worth it, Will. Talladega, hey, I did the Talladega, Daytona. Of those two, I enjoyed the Talladega a lot more than Daytona. But yeah, it's that is cool. That Bristol is a really neat little track. It's quarter mile. It's I was getting tired. The tire tread was coming off. I was getting it on me. And then at that time, Jimmy Johnson was my driver. When he won, his pit box is right in front of me. So that was awesome, too. Got a chance to clean a real good close up of him smoking the tires and doing his big burnout.
My first race was the backstretch at Rockingham, and my second race was the backstretch at oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank right now?
Is it North Carolina?
Yeah.
North Wilkesboro?
Wilkesboro. That's it, Wilkesboro. Backstretch at Wilkesboro.
I never got a chance to see either of them, but my cousin lives in Statesville, so he told me where North Wilkesboro was when I went down there 2 years ago. So I got a chance to just drive around and see what it looks like now, and it's just like, but they're going to NASCAR is going to bring it back now.
Yeah, I think it's about time NASCAR's about to go net retro. Going to go smaller venues.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look, it is what it is. They've already begun to regulate the cars, so let them. Yeah. They're going to regulate the competition at every track differently. Just like they've been doing, and it's just going to keep just whatever. It's just soap opera. It is a friggin' soap opera, dude. Is all it is.
Well, tomorrow's the duels, so we'll see what that next gen car is going to look like going around Daytona. I've only been to 2 races there. I was there for the 500 when they had the pothole incident. But I still got my hat. I still got my jacket. Still got a few other little trinkets. That was probably the most expensive weekend in NASCAR that I ever had. It's like my income tax refund. I was like, well, do I pay some bills? No, I'm going to Daytona 500.
I've been to Daytona a couple of times. One time I went to Daytona, Dad and I were sitting on a backstretch, and apparently a fight that started in the parking lot ended up in the stands.
That always happens.
And somebody that was in front of us is fighting with somebody that was behind us. And Dad and I were like, what next? We're about to have a fight in it amongst us, you know? Oh, that was fun.
And there's certain things they can't do anymore. I remember the one year when they were at Talladega, they were pissed at Jeff Gordon winning. They were pelting his windshield with beer cans. You can't do that no more. You'll get thrown the hell out of there. You can't do that. That's
dude, you haven't heard my NASCAR stories, man. You have not heard my NASCAR stories. It's crazy. Yeah. But my first NASCAR race at Rockingham, man, they were throwing chicken bones at they'd eat their piece of chicken and then throw it at down at the fence. They would they got done with their beer cans, they throw their beer down, and at one point at the beginning of the race, right, they're out there doing their little right, they're warming up and you know, and it's real loud. Well, somebody threw their beer can and it wasn't fully empty. And I don't think they meant to, but it went over the fence and it went onto the track right in front of Dale Earnhardt's car. Dale Earnhardt ran over it. The crowd erupted. He's trying to wreck Dale Earnhardt. He's trying to wreck Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, you don't want to mess with Dale. No.
Security comes running up in there.
Oh, yeah. Security
grabs somebody. Security grabs the wrong guy. The crowd goes, no! They run, they grab the right guy. He's trying to wreck Dale Earnhardt. They drag him out of there, man. Drag him out of there. Yeah.
Dale was everybody's favorite driver. You can understand why when you just, because he came from simple beginnings. He was humble. He wasn't, he had to work his way up into it. He didn't get handed a ride like a lot of these youngsters do now. He had to work for everything he got. So that movie, the movie 3, that, they did do another movie on him, but that was, that movie did justice when ESPN was doing them, but just kind of showed a little bit. And then his mother just passed away here not too long ago.
Yeah.
That was cool. I've been by the house where Dale used to work at in the garage. I went to where his father was buried. So I got a chance to see a lot of the stuff when I went to see my cousin 2 years ago, and just went to some other place in North Carolina that I wanted to just see that was nostalgic. And that was some of the neat things I got a chance to go to Bragg. Never got up there because I've never been to Bragg just to see all the little things there. But one of these days I'll get up there.
Did you eat at Sticky Fingers?
I don't think so. I had a lot of different places I was going to, and that's
like their famous franchise barbecue. Sticky Fingers. And coming from Texas, it was definitely different.
I bet. Yes. Yeah, my Dale Earnhardt cars is probably the most expensive cars I got in my collection.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one that's worth a lot of money. When I first came back from Iraq, I started buying cars, and I haven't stopped. And now I got one more that's coming. I think I'm not buying anymore. I got nowhere to put them now. I got too many of them.
Well, you can send them over to my house, Kirk, and then I won't have to be the pirate or the porch pirate.
It's got too many. It's everybody's got to have a hobby. You got to have something. So other people collect other things. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck I don't know what I collect.
Yeah, I was telling Will last week I didn't get a chance to tell my 80-second story. He's like, "Oh, darn."
Oh, tell it.
I was real stupid. I thought it was like, I was on a MIT team. We were third brigade. It was 3rd Brigade, 82nd Airborne Division, and all it was, I went in the I went in the chow hall and I was getting a couple to-go plates, and you're loading up all your food, you're putting your milk and everything in your cargo pockets, and I have my to-go plates, go to the salad bar, put some more stuff, and I got 3 to-go plates. So I put my patrol cap back on. I walk out, and the brigade sergeant major chews me out, and I look at him like, well, I'll just, you don't want to take off your hat, I'll make you walk all the way back there. I'm like, sergeant major, man, is that all you got to do, man? Is just stupid things like this? Come on, man. It's like when we were I forget which field artillery battalion we were staying over on their fob, and they had started doing health and welfare inspections. They're about bent out of shape because people piss bottles. I could understand if you had 4 or 5. My roommate had like 1 in there and had just a little bit in it. I was like, really? Come on, man. I mean, I could understand if you go into your soldiers thing, he's got 4 or 5 of them in there, but if you got just 1, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
what's over there? Those 2?
Oh,
take a hike to go take a leak?
Dude, I get it.
I've been there. I got it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I remember my team sergeant, I said, you won't believe what the brigade sergeant major, man, he got all bent out of shape on a patrol cap, and he was like, really? I said, and he said, nah, he was doing his job. I said, nah, that was bullshit, man. I gave him a dirty look too. I just like, whatever, man.
Oh, I love it. Kirk, you have a way of riling people up somehow.
I guess I do.
I really do. I think you got a look about you. You got an aura about you that just riles people up somehow.
Yeah, well, the funny part is, Joe, when I was in E5, I seen E7s about losing their mind when it's time to retire. And then here it is. I'm getting my turn to retire, and I'm getting just like that, because it's like, you almost like, forget rank. I'm like, I got enough stress. I don't need this, but
yeah, you're absolutely right. You're getting there.
I let a few sergeant majors have it. I didn't care. Tell me at ease. And I just look at him like, really? Whatever, hey, I got enough on my mind. I don't know where my next paycheck's coming from. I don't need some of this nonsense, and just, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just look back. I can just sit back now and just laugh about it. Just like that. Yeah. That one sergeant major that Marshall interviewed not too long ago. I remember he was talking about straddle trenches out in the field and stuff. And I was like, sergeant major, we don't do that stuff no more. You got porta potties, you got females in Patriot. Can't do none of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's old school. I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the way they were brought through. Technology.
Oh yeah.
Obviously as humans, we've continued to adapt with the rest of the world. I mean, for the most part. Don't get me wrong. I still couldn't tell you how to use TikTok or any of those social media sites, but that was never an interest for me,
Yeah.
I remember having a MySpace and I didn't even use it. I just thought I had to have one.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like when you go in the military and they say, you get to your first unit and they say, you must have a email address.
Yeah.
That's like the first thing on the list.
Well, back in my day, I remember it was, they were still giving you a check to unit and said, hey, you guys need to stop that. Y'all need to open a bank account and get electronic funds transferred, or they're going to stop giving check to unit.
Yeah. That was happening to me back in the early 90s.
Yeah, that was 87. 87, they started pulling that. They were
just early 90s, they were still pumping checks out to us. In fact, they encouraged us.
Yep, sure were.
Do the same thing. They recommended they only bank on post.
Yeah.
So they were getting all kinds of attention, I'm sure.
I thought that was funny. It was like my first tour in Korea, in order to get money, you had to write checks. And then the second tour, all of a sudden now they had ATMs. Like, wow, we're come a long ways. Now they actually got ATMs in Korea now. This is cool. Because you got the long ass lines out there to get money.
Oh, that's funny. I got a good story about that. So when we first got to Korea, I had to do a lot of traveling back and forth to Seoul. And I went to pull some money out at one of the truck stops they stopped at. You're going over all the bridges going from Daegu all the way up north.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to go over all those bridges with the drop-offs that are just, if you looked out, I heard paratroopers could jump off there and be safe, You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
But we'd stop at that place, and I went to pull some money out of the ATM. At first, I had to find somebody that knew how to use it because I didn't have any battle buddies with me. It was just me, and they pick up all these older, Korean people on the way. So this one spoke English, and she helped me with it, and I pulled out like 200,000, whatever it was, and I was like, oh shit, I messed up. I didn't need all that money. I realized, and then I found out it was only like $200 or something like that, and I was like, thank God, that would have been bad. But yeah, I remember that. That was a good experience in Korea.
So you only did one tour in Korea?
Yeah, I didn't even do the whole tour.
I did 3. I was I did.
I mean, I had fun. They say you make rank there, you lose it all there.
That's true.
My goal was to make more rank. I wasn't losing anything over there.
Yeah, I think the first tour I went over there in E4, came back in E5. Second tour I went back there in E4 again, left in E5. Third tour went there in E6, left in E6. So
you finally figured it out.
Yeah, went E3 and left as an E5.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's how you do it, though.
Yeah. We do a lot of. I'm surprised, that some of the crazy crap that I did my first tour in Korea. I'm surprised I left country. I left country because the soju experience, and they were telling you to stay out of the. Well, I guess we got a statute of limitations now, like old Frank says. So I mean, they told us to stay out of the drugstores. We used to go in those Korean drugstores and do all kinds of stupid stuff.
I didn't even know about all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Had some stuff in there that, woof, man.
That sounds like some Vietnam era stuff.
Oh, it was just crazy, man. Wow.
Like something I'd watched in a movie.
Yeah, but that soju enough would make you do crazy things. And then I went back there. I went back there as a contractor, and they had soju gold shots, and I was like, "Whoo!" That was something new. I was like, "Oh boy!" My boss told me, says, "Kirk, you do that stuff again, you'll be on a flight the hell out of here." We were over there for 3 months doing Bradley Net. I said, "Well, I guess I better stay off the soju."
More soju.
Now I got to drink rice wine.
Oh man, stuff just make you do some crazy stuff. It just, I don't know what it was. I still laughed at that cat shirt that they always had. Soju experience. That shirt was like old. I'm sure you didn't see that when you were in Korea.
Oh yeah,
No.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the cat soju experience. It's like the cat's all hung over and just.
Yeah.
We've all felt that feeling that's been there.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us on the Zoom Room Hangout number 12. It was a blast. We appreciate your support and your help as we build what we're doing. Your suggestions are coveted, and we appreciate it. Tell your friends all about it. We got Michelle Murray tomorrow night. Next week we have a big week. I have a granddaughter of a World War II, one of the Band of Brothers, one of the original Band of Brothers, a granddaughter.
Cool.
And we'll have a police captain going to be interviewing, and so looking forward to it. So thanks everybody. We'll see y'all next time on the Zoom Room Hangout number 13 next week, next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central. Thanks everybody. We love y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace out.
Keep your mind tight. Keep your mind right.
Yeah, that's what Sergeant Major Pickney used to say.
Pickney, that's my buddy.
Oh boy, that's another story for another time.
Oh, I love that guy.